Hi, my name is Vanden Avond. Have you ever wondered what goes into building a home? Well, we're going to take you through every step of the way, from the initial dig to the family walking in the door. All right, we're here with the windows, and we're here with Mike from Drexel.
Hello.
Hey, Mike.
I'm Chris.
And we're here to talk about windows first. Mike's going to bring us through all the fixtures for the home. We're going to start with the windows. So we're looking at the exterior of the window. Just a 2-minute tutorial on, if I'm a consumer, what am I looking at for windows?
First off, look, by now you've generally been through the plan process, so I have the plan in front of me, and hopefully we've discussed whether you want a double hung window or a casement window, if you want them to slide open, and then based on your budget and everything else, what we're looking at for colors and different lines of windows that are available to you.
So obviously I'm not a builder, I know very little. Chris will tell you that. What is the difference between double hung, single hung, triple hung?
Double hung and single hung. This item here is a double hung. Double hung is simply the fact that both sashes will move.
Okay.
This one here is a double hung. On a single hung unit, usually comes as a vinyl unit only. This is obviously a wood interior window.
Yep.
Single hung is just the bottom one.
Okay.
Slides up, and then the casement is your standard head of the crank, and it opens up one direction or the other.
What drives basically the price? What's an economical window, and then you're looking at the Rolls Royce of windows. What causes the difference? What's the difference in quality?
For the most part, windows are made. There's only a select few of glass companies in the United States, so most of the windows get their glass from those companies.
Okay.
So for that part, it's a moot point. What drives it up would be the interior finish. Like this particular line, we can change the wood species on the window.
Okay.
So pine being a standard, you can change it to oak, you could change it to maple, you can change it to hickory, you can change it to all different things.
Okay.
Obviously, hickories and those a little bit harder to farm out.
All right.
than a pine board, so it costs a little bit more money.
All right.
If you're maybe on a tighter budget, you can always use a vinyl window. So it's a PVC, plastic, whatever you want to call it.
That's what we have in the house we're building, is a vinyl window.
There's no real wood on the structure itself. It's just, it's all.
Yep. Is there an insulation value difference between wood and now the window is the main insulation factor, right?
The glass is going to be your main barrier,
Glass.
and as Mike was saying, they're all basically come from the same place, so your insulation value on the glass is going to be the same. The wood, the wood window, it's wood. Wood's going to have some heat transfer. The insulation you can get around it is based off the rough opening, and the size of the rough opening can be better on a wood window where you can get more insulation around it.
Okay. Now, how about cleaning windows? I know there's new stuff where you can kind of pull them out, or.
Yep. So in this case, this is double hung, and in this feature here, you simply push the lock out, and the double hung tips open. Same thing would happen on the top sash there.
Yep.
Casements, depending on which line, sometimes when you crank them out, there's enough room for you to get your hand behind it, so you actually don't have to leave.
Yeah, the casement window might open up straight out, so you can reach through on both sides to clean the glass.
Otherwise, there's the standard, you have to go outside and clean the exterior of the window. So.
Okay. I think that's good for windows. Screens, and not too much to go into there. Huh?
Screens, there's only a couple upgrades, and depending on the line, the window you want. Again, there's some that are called true screens, where if you look through this one, you can hardly tell that the screen is there. If you look through that one, it's a little bit more noticeable.
Okay.
Again, everything has an upgrade option type feel, but hopefully by the time you have your plan drawn, we've already
Yeah.
discussed the type of budget, and we're already gearing you
Okay,
to stay in your budget.
sounds good. All right, we'll go on to the next one. All right, welcome back. Chris, Mike, we're here to talk about exterior products, and mainly that's shingles and siding.
That is.
Let's hit up on the siding first.
Okay.
What are my options if I'm looking at siding?
Options, so there's different siding options. There's fiber cement, there's LP Smart Side siding, which is a wood-based siding. There's vinyl siding, which is very popular around this area. So again, some of it's going to depend on the covenants you may have in the subdivision and whatnot, and again, all budget minded basically.
Most homes today are going to have vinyl siding on them. The other sidings that are non-vinyl are going to affect the budget more and be more expensive.
Okay, what's the normal lifespan? How long should I expect my siding to last before I reside?
Mike might be able to answer that question better than me, but I would say 15 to 20 years before you see some significant aging. That is, as long as you maintain it, and by maintain it, you should clean it. You should clean it yearly.
Yearly.
I would recommend trying to pressure wash it on a yearly basis.
Okay.
That's
All
correct. It's somewhere in there.
All right. And then as far as pricing, something that was I just learned. Why don't you tell me about darker, lighter siding and how that works?
When it pertains to vinyl siding, so there's obviously a range of siding from white to dark browns and dark grays, and generally the darker the siding is an upgrade per se. There's a lot more they have to do factory-wise to keep the color color pigment in the product as much as they can.
Yeah.
So you don't end up with, start with a brown sided house and you end up with a
Pink.
a beige. so there's a little bit of an upgrade. Again, vinyl siding is generally very affordable for anybody.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the shingles. Like you said, shingles. For the most part, a shingle's a shingle.
For the most part, an asphalt shingle is an asphalt shingle.
You're just looking at color.
Yeah, I mean, there's different options for style and size, but most people do the three-dimensional that look similar to like a cedar shake shingle.
Okay.
And then usually colors is what you go for.
Okay. And I know Steph basically was just driving around neighborhoods and comparing what things look like and see what color your siding might look like compared with what your shingles might look like, and that's.
Yep. Online social media pictures, addresses you're driving around.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've been known to go up to houses and ask them if they mind if we match siding and shingle colors.
Yeah, I mean, if you have a customer that sees a house when they're driving around a neighborhood, they take a picture, they give you the address.
Right.
It's not far-fetched to say one of us walk up there, knock on the door, and say, "Hey, we got a customer. Do you know what colors these are?" So.
All right. Thanks, guys. Thanks on a
Matt.
Saturday
Matt.
morning. Very educational. And good job out here this morning.
Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. To see the process unfold, follow us on Facebook at The Build or look for us on YouTube.